Hi, I'm Justin Thames, Director of Governmental Affairs for the Florida Institute of CPAs, and welcome to Impact Report, your update on all things impacting the CPA profession in Tallahassee and across the state. Fall has officially begun, and the weather's starting to cool down for parts of Florida. We're also still in the middle of hurricane season. We've got 2 months left. Now, I know many of you reached out to us and asked whether or not we've heard from the IRS on additional relief due to the hurricane. We still haven't gotten any additional guidance to provide to you or any kind of indication of whether or not there'll be some relief provided, but we are continuing to have conversations with our IRS liaison, and we do expect some kind of notice from them soon. We're going to make sure we put that on our hurricane website that we've provided and also get out a notice to everybody as soon as we get any update. Speaking of additional relief, many of you reached out to us about the Department of Revenue additional reporting for corporations that was due on September 3rd. As you know, we reached out to the Executive Director of the Department of Revenue and asked for additional relief. There was an extension provided for October 27th. We do anticipate that some legislators will be putting forth some legislation to add additional relief for anybody that received any penalty notices. So we'll keep you apprised of that during the legislative session as well, and make sure you have all the information relating to that additional reporting requirement for the Department of Revenue. I mentioned this is the first week for committee weeks in Tallahassee. The lawmakers were in town to kind of kick off all the events for the 2020 legislative session. Republicans in the House selected their next Speaker of the House, Chris Sprowls, so that was a big event for the majority party to begin the legislative session. As of today, we've seen 342 bills have been filed. Among those, one of note by Senator Joe Gruters, who's a CPA, and Representative Chuck Clemens, is a bill that would enact the Supreme Court's decision on Wayfair and create a new statute related to a marketplace for remote sellers. It also makes some changes to the old mail order statutes to freshen that up so that it's now for remote sales. So we're going to keep you updated on that. We're actually going to be interviewing Senator Gruters soon to talk about that bill and some other issues that he's working on this year. Also this past week, we had the Blockchain Task Force. As you recall, during last legislative session, we talked about a bill that created a blockchain task force. They met for the first time in Tallahassee this past week and happened to be in the meeting, and they created a chair and vice chair. We're still waiting on the governor to appoint the CPA to this task force, but there's going to be a great opportunity for us to have the profession represented in the duties of the task force as they meet throughout the next 180 days. They have that long to be able to put together a report for both the legislature and the executive branch. So coming up, we also have a Board of Accountancy meeting that we're going to be attending in the next month, and myself and our legislative team will be traveling around the state meeting with chapters and also speaking at some of our conferences. So let us know if you have any issues you'd like to learn more about, or if you have any issues that you've heard about that may be coming up this legislative session. Our team's always available. You can reach out to us at govaffairs@ficpa.org, and we appreciate all your support. Thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.